For no matter how much wine he consumed or how many women he took to his bed, nothing on earth could rid him of the horrors that plagued his mind.
If you think jacking off feels good, imagine dying.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
I don't think it's any big secret now that the original God of War is one of the most important action-adventure games of its generation. It introduced players to Kratos, who is complex as he is violent. And the way the game married story, myth, and gameplay felt almost cinematic in a way that few games had ever done it before.
Death would be his escape from madness.
I will send you back to the depths of Hades!
The classic trilogy have this reputation of being some kind of timeless masterpiece, which is kind of funny because back in 2005, it wasn't exactly universally loved. Some say it was a Devil May Cry ripoff, and some other players didn't like the fixed camera and the difficulty, which is kind of ironic because that's the reason that I fell in love with this game. But it's hard to deny that just how much of an impact this game had and how it set the barrier stage for everything that came after. And the reviews showed that the people and critics had a good response to it, and what I really like about this game is how it takes itself so seriously and it does not mess around. When you play it for the first time, you come across so many questions, like why does he throwing himself down the mountain? Why does he so hopeless? You're like, what the fuck have I done? What do you mean when you say death would be his escape from madness? And later on to the story, you're like, why does everyone hate and fear me? What have I done that I really need to forget my past?
I know who you are, Spartan. I know what you've done. I would rather die than be saved by you.
And unlike how most people imagine him, Kratos, in the first game at least, isn't just the angry dude who kills everyone on his path. He's more sad than he is angry in this game. The violence isn't there to be violent. It's the nature of the combat itself. Brutal and unavoidable. Whether you like it or not, you're killing creatures and sometimes humans. The game is divided to mainly 3 core areas: the opening at sea with the Hydra, city of Athens, and the massive Pandora's temple.
Kronos, the last of the mighty Titans, emerged from the desert sands. On his back, Pandora's temple awaited, massive and patient.
Along the way, Kratos teams up with gods, and they give him some of their own power to help him along his journey. And during the story, you see flashbacks of Kratos' past that kind of explains why Kratos is the way he is. And it kind of shows where he came from.
Slaughtered like animals, the victims lay before him, a reminder of his own past, a past he could never escape.
Athena!
Because he's haunted by the memories of his past, and to gods relieve him from the nightmares and memories, he served 10 years to gods, and this is his final task. So basically, Kratos is in a mission to kill Ares, because gods are so lazy to do it themselves. If Zeus has forbidden the gods from waging war on each other, then why is Ares attacking Athens? And basically until the ending, you don't really get much of a story. It's all gameplay, and story-wise, few times you get some flashbacks from Kratos' past that is more of a character development. You get the story of Kratos himself, not the game. Basically 95% of the game, Kratos is on his way to the Pandora's box. And in such a wonderful way, Kratos asks Athena,
And if I am able to do this, to kill a god, Then the visions, they will end?
Complete this final task, and the past that consumes you will be forgiven.
You may say, isn't he desensitized to blood and killing? If he was a soldier and a commander, why would he want the vision end so bad? Later on to the story, you encounter this woman who was afraid of you so much, and during the first time playing, you're like, what the fuck have I done? As Kratos approaches her, she's so afraid of him that she falls down in fear.
Keep away!
That went well.
As you move on, you finally reach to the Titan that holds the Pandora's temple on his back.
For 3 days, Kratos climbed the sheer walls of the mountain.
And later on in game, it becomes a familiar journey. In Pandora's temple, you keep coming back to the places you've been. And at the end of the game, you return to Athens. But this time, it's more ruined, and you feel like you've been gone for such a long time. Story-wise, nothing really happens until the end. You finally get to the Pandora's box, and you have to move it to Athens. It never really made sense to me that how would Kratos carry this big heavy box to Athens? I mean, if you remember, he climbed the mountain for 3 days, and now the Titan probably moved away from where Kratos jumped on his back. And it will take few days to get back to Athens. As you move the box, you see Ares that senses that Kratos has reached the box, and he picks a piece of wood and do a perfect route and kills Kratos on impact.
Goodbye, Spartan.
And as he takes his last breath, his life flashes before his eyes, and you finally get the whole story revealed.
In death, the memories, the visions would not fade. How could he forget spilling the blood of his own family?
You are becoming all I'd hoped you'd be, Kratos. Now, with your wife and child dead, nothing will hold you back.
The ashes of your wife and child will remain fastened to your skin, never to be removed.
All would know him for the beast he had become, his skin white with the ash of his dead family. The ghost of Sparta had been born. In the end, in death, he had failed. As the minions of Ares claimed Pandora's box, Kratos' life faded, and his cursed soul was cast into the fires of Hades.
And Kratos finds himself falling into the underworld. And you once again encounter this poor guy, and Kratos uses him to climb his way up. And this part, I believe, is one of the weakest level designs that Santa Monica has ever done. It's just poor design platforms, and the materials are a chunk of gross meat and some kind of blade or something. And as you move on, you see the most annoying part in any video game ever made by humankind. Anyway, as you move up your way out the underworld, you make your way into Ares. And when you finally defeat him, you get the most badass quote of all time.
That night, I was trying to make you a great warrior.
You succeeded.
This is one of the cool story details that I wanted to point out, that I actually found out about when I was making this video. At the beginning, Athena told Kratos that the past will be forgiven, not forgotten. And now she said we never promised to take away your nightmares. I mean, she's not lying. She just played with words to trick Kratos. It's kind of a high IQ move from Athena, to be honest, because she knew Kratos wouldn't have enough motivation to do the task if he ever knew the truth.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
And just like that, you see the beginning of the game. Especially this game, I think they done it for the first time, and they done it in such a unique way. The starting point of the game leaves you with so many questions, and finishing the game feels so satisfying and so rewarding. They just done such a unique and original job, and I never seen anything like it in any other piece of media ever.
Borne aloft like a feather, Kratos found himself risen from the sea and placed on solid earth.
But now there is an empty throne in Olympus, and a new god of war is needed.
This is it. The god of war is born. It only took one game to develop the character of Kratos.
And from that point forward, throughout the rest of time, whenever men rode forth to battle for good cause or for evil, they did so under the watchful eye of the man who had defeated a god. They were driven forward by Kratos, the mortal who had become the new god of war.